Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 4. And we are learning Unit 6. Its title is Female Education. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is, or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today we are going to read bar graphs. Before this, in English for grade 3, we have learnt about pie chart. I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video lecture again. And we are going to learn further to read, to compare information given in a bar graph. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Al-Anfal, verse 2. The true believers are only those whose hearts tremble at the remembrance of Allah, whose faith increases when His revelations are recited to them, and who put their trust in their Lord. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful verse is telling us? There are 3 messages. Number 1, the true believers, their hearts tremble at the remembrance of Allah. Whenever they think about Allah, and better this fear is out of sheer love, because we don't want Allah to be angry with us. That's why whenever we remember Allah, we seek Allah's love as well. The second thing is, whose faith increases when revelation are recited, means when Quran is recited. So alhamdulillah, whenever we recite Quran, do we increase our iman? Yes. So this is what Allah is telling us. And who put their trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, we are trying to be among them. And my dear children, I want you to look at this picture. This is how, when we say increase, when we say this word increases, it means gradually a thing is increasing, and we can show it in a picture like this. Okay, so this is our today's topic. We'll learn further about it. First, you tell me, what do you know about pictorial representation of data? We have learned it in grade 3, so whatever you remember, pause the video, answer this question to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, I hope you could recall that whenever we represent data in different pictures, the information presented through pictures or symbols of different objects is called pictorial representation of data. Pie chart is an example of pictorial representation of data, right? And what is data? The information which we collect. Okay, so when we describe, when we put it in a form of either pie chart or bar graph, it is pictorial description. So about pie chart, we have learned in grade 3. So today our focus will be on bar graph. So what is bar graph? Bar graph is another type. The way pie chart is a pictorial description, bar graph is also another type of pictorial representation of data. A bar graph is a picture that is made up of bars with different heights. You can see here bars with different heights. Each bar represents a different category. A bar graph is a visual display of bars that compares quantities or numbers. You can see here, we can see there are different bars, and their different height is telling the different commodities. They are the different items they are representing. They are different in quantity, right? How do we do it? Let's understand with an example. Whenever we make a bar graph, there are 2 types of information. One which is independent, which keeps on going. For example, it's your age. With every passing day, alhamdulillah, your age is increasing. And the other thing, which is because of your increasing age, your height is also increasing. If I take your age on, this is called x-axis and this is called y-axis. If I take your age on x-axis and I take your height on y-axis, I have to take a scale. For example, one box on x-axis represents 1 year and one box on y-axis represent half foot, because height is in feet, so we have taken it in feet. Okay, so here are years and here are feet, right? Your height in feet. I think like this is average height, but when you reach at the age of 2 years, for example, your height reaches 2 feet. And when you reach 4 years, your height reaches 2.5, maybe. Okay. When you reach 6, maybe your height reaches 3. And when you reach 8, maybe your height is 3.5. And when you reach 10, it's 4, for example. So this is the information which we have, that is called data. Your age, appropriate height, means your height in different age segments. When you were 2, it's 2. So how will I show it in a bar? Like this. Here it's 2 and here it's 2. So I will make a bar like this. It is showing your age is 2 and your height is 2 feet. And when your age is 4, your height is 2.5 feet. Then when your age is 6 and your height is 3 feet. And when your age is 8, your height is 3.5. And by 10, you reached 4 feet. So this is a bar graph. How do we do it? I just told you. Now how do we compare it? As you are looking at this at 10 years, your age is 4 feet. And how you can compare, this is the, by 2 you were 2, by 10 you are 4, by 6 you were 3. This is how you can compare the information. And a very huge data becomes very, like it comprises on a piece of paper and you can easily read it in just one go. So here is age, here is height, this is the age, by 2 this was the height, by 4 this was the height. This is how we read it. Isn't it simple? Yes, okay, so let's practice it further through an activity. Are you ready for that? Okay, so it's a very interesting activity. Your teacher is going to take a quick poll from students on what is their favorite food. Teacher will ask you, what is your favorite food? And teacher will record results on the board. And teacher will tell to students that we can create a bar graph from the data we collected. And your bar graph may look like this. Okay, so pause the video, enjoy this beautiful activity, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Now, by looking at this graph, can you read it? Yes, you see, 5 students like orange, 7 students like banana, and 3 students like pear, and 10 students like apple. It means apple is the most favorite fruit of students. This is how we read a bar graph. First we make it, then we read it. All right, so let's read the bar graph which is given in your book. Here are the countries, and this is the key for reading. Blue bar shows youth literacy rate, means the young people, how much of them are educated, how many of them are educated. Red color shows male and green color shows female. Here is the percentage, and it is education for all EFA report which was taken in 2012. Okay, so when we read it now, you see here is Pakistan. Blue is showing youth literacy rate. It means 71% youth of Pakistan is literate. And out of this 71, 79% are male and 61% are female. And what this information is telling us, female literacy rate is lower than male, right? And how much is the difference? Approximately 18%. This is how we read it. So all of you, pause the video, read this bar graph by yourself the way I just taught you, and answer these questions to your teacher. Pause the video, complete this activity, and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. So inshallah, you will practice further this bar graph in your maths. Okay. So it's time for your homework, and what your homework is, it's a project. You will travel to school survey. Ask your fellows how they travel to school. And only 4 modes we have considered: bicycle, car, bike, and bus. Okay? So how many comes through by bicycle, by car, by bike, or bus? You will ask them, put your collected data in table, also show the data in a bar graph. First, you will complete this table, then you will make bar graph the way I taught you, then make it on a chart and then display your work in the class. And this project you will complete by this weekend, and on coming Monday, you will bring this chart in your class, okay? And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. And my dear students, what you are going to do? Again, you will read this bar graph and you will answer these questions over here. So what we have learned today, we learned to read, to compare information in a bar graph. So in this way, we achieved our today's SLO, that is to read, to compare information given in a bar graph. Are we done with it? Yes, and we thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning, keep practicing. Take very good care of yourself and the people around you. Thank you and Allah.